Leo, welcome to your September General Love Tarot reading. This is your girl, Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a General Love Tarot reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Leo. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind to only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone who really needs to hear these messages. And of course, hi cross watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Leo. Who wouldn't be? I would like to remind Leo and cross watchers that energy is fluid. This means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you may feel the roles are flipped, reversed. That's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get your reading started. And I like to start my readings by doing a mini meditation to clear and set the energy. But if you're just here for the card pull, I understand. You can go ahead and check out the pinned comment below with all the timestamps to get you to that card pull. But if you're here with me now, thank you so much for joining me. It really does help me connect to your energy by doing this. So I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to ring the sound bowl 3 times. And during that time, I just want you to open up your energy to ask questions you have in regards to your love life. And we'll see what Spirit has to say. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Leo. All right, Leo, let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say for you guys for September 2025 in your love life. And what I was seeing was a cream or white couch. I don't know if that's something in someone's living room, maybe in like an ottoman in someone's bedroom, maybe someone's hooked up on that couch with someone recently or even in the past. And again, that doesn't mean that resonating with you or not is confirmation if this is your reading or not, just kind of earlier messages to see whose energy is kind of coming through and why it's kind of coming through and to confirm anything for you guys through that. But let's go ahead and see what is happening in Leo's love life generally for my Lions in September 2025. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is going on? Okay, so we have heart-to-heart conversations. And this says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So something is coming out, something someone may have been holding back a bit, something that maybe someone's feeling the pressure to say, because I'm sensing a little bit of frustration coming from someone. I don't know if that's you, Leo, or this other person, but it's like, I don't know, almost as if someone kind of talks around the point instead of getting to the point and is kind of annoying someone. I'm almost feeling Pisces energy. So someone could be dealing with the Pisces or someone could have strong Pisces in their chart. But it's almost like I just need to hear this straight up. I just need to know. Just tell me. I can handle it. The letter C is really sticking out for me too, as in Carrie, as in Chris. First, middle, last initial can mean something to someone. Let's get a little bit more information on this. Tell me more about this heart-to-heart conversation someone wants to have here. Okay, 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So Capricorn energy, and usually in the upright, this is movement, choices, and decisions. Okay, so the fact that this is in reverse right now, I feel as if it's been like up in the air for some time. Like, should I say something? Should I not? Should I bring this up? Should I not? And someone's over it. Like someone's over the hot and cold. Someone's over the trying to figure out. And almost as if like with these 2 Pentacles, they did this one day, but then they did this the next day. What does this mean? And it's like, all right, enough with the BS. Let's drop this like unpredictability. Let's drop this inconsistency. Can you give me what I want? If not, let me know. And I think it's at this point where it's even like, yeah, I'm saying a lot more detached and cool than, coldly, I guess, than what someone really wants to say or hear. But I think it's almost like that frustration level has hit that point. I just saw like a deli store. Maybe someone lives by like a sandwich deli or something to do with the sandwich deli that someone goes or works at all the time. I don't know. Tell me more. used to work maybe as a high school job. But tell me more about this energy for Leo. Two of Pentacles in reverse with heart-to-heart conversations. Almost like Leo at this point, if they don't decide soon, you'll make that decision for them and they may not like it. Tell me more about this energy for Leo in September. Ooh, then we have the moon with cycles. So yeah, with the moon card here, definite for some of you guys, Pisces, Cancer energy. But really, I feel as if there's a cycle that someone wants to come to an end, and that's the cycle of not knowing. That's the cycle of hot and cold. That's the cycle of, you know, they're like this one day and then completely shut off the next. Something has to round up here. Something has to be completed. And with the moon card too, there's a lot of things you're picking up on that they're trying to, I wouldn't say hide from you per se, but try not to be so upfront about. They are very weird about feelings, expressing their feelings, but you're sensing that there's more to it. And you're sensing that maybe there's something off in the vibe. And is there something I did wrong? Is there something I said that they misunderstood? You're picking up on something here, Leo. And I want to say you're picking up on something accurately. So let's get into the tarot to dig deeper into this. Someone always likes to curl their hair. It's their go-to thing. Or has curly hair naturally. But let me see. Tell me more. Okay. First card, the World upright. This is so interesting because Aries had the World in reverse. So if you're dealing with an Aries or if you have strong Aries in your chart, I suggest checking out the Aries reading to see if there's messages for you there. But this is like, we're ready to wrap this up. Yeah, Hangman. Not surprised to see that here. I'm going to get all the cards out first and then we'll do a deep dive. Geez, 3 major arcanas coming out the gate. So this is something major. Yeah. Okay. So bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups, Cancer energy. So this is what you're sensing, that there is some sort of bond here. And by the way, there are 2 2s. So your birthday could be August 2nd, August 12th, July 22nd for some of you guys out there. But yeah, it's almost as if it's like, I feel there's something there between us. I don't know why you're trying to hide it, why you're trying to resist it, but the bond, the emotional bond has been created. And with Two of Cups, it is reciprocated. But with this image even here, this girl's just sitting by herself. She has 1 cup. The other cup is being waiting to kind of like be taken, right? And I feel as if you've been like leaving it open for a bit until it's like maybe they got too comfortable with that. So they were comfortable with their own pace. They were comfortable with their own I don't know, inconsistencies to where it's like, oh, well, Leo feels this, so that's okay. Leo can wait. Leo can understand that maybe it's not now, but sometime. You're done with that. And despite the fact that you feel the connection there, it doesn't mean you're going to put up with just anything. And I think they're figuring that out now, Leo, despite what you two have together. So let's get into this. Dead center we have is the World card. So I do feel there's going to be a conversation that leads to some sort of conclusion of a cycle here, big time, especially with the moon and especially with the Wheel of Fortune that we'll get to in a second. So this is in September, a major cycle wrapping up with someone here. And with the in the upright, I gotta say it has the potential to be a happy ending. It has the potential for someone to finally say, I can get out of my own way. Let me put this out there. Leo, I want this. I care about you. Maybe there's certain things happening in my life that I haven't been so open about that I want to be real with you now. So we can kind of just open up the transparency here so you have a better understanding. Again, I think this person just doesn't like to talk about their issues, their problems, but it leaves you in the dark. And it leaves you to think maybe there's something else I don't know about. And you kind of start to question that. But really, I think with the World at the dead center here is something that I feel you are going to feel satisfied by, for the fact that something has been put out there, by the fact that something has been said. And I even wonder, like for some of you guys, if in September, the first time you guys posting like something on social media about each other, a selfie with this person that kind of makes it more like I'm with them and kind of tagging each other in it, that kind of solidifies this. Or maybe someone was weird about their own social media and what they would post and not post. And maybe there is other drama with certain people that they didn't want them to see because they didn't want you to get involved with that drama, like some ex situation maybe for a few of you. But overall, with the World card here, something is wrapping up. And I think in September, it's something that's going to make you feel like you did all that you could, that you have owned the situation in the best way that you could have done. So why is this happening, or where did this kind of start from? You have the Hanged Man here. Pisces energy. Someone was definitely taking their time. Someone was definitely feeling like they could kind of just at their own whim put this on a pause if they felt there was something uncomfortable, if they felt something was going too deep. I'll just kind of take a step back, but it left you hanging, and that was the problem. You don't like being left to hang, and a lot of people don't, right? Like, if there's a mood shift, if there's a vibe shift, just tell me. I can kind of help you understand. Maybe there is a misunderstanding, but the fact that you kind of want to ice me out when things get difficult is not going to work. Not now. So I wonder if even some of you guys, it's kind of similar with what I was feeling with Aries energy, but more so like you kind of maybe started to just go a little bit ghost on this person in a way to see how they would react, in a way to see if they would do something more, if they would change something more. Maybe you kind of felt like you wanted to give them a taste of their own medicine. I see that type of energy coming here as well. But I feel as if you feel like you've given them enough time to think about this. You've given them enough time to figure out what they want. And that time's up now. Someone could have striped boxers or striped pajama shorts that they always wear, maybe wearing, or last night. What's crowning this is the Wheel of Fortune. Sagittarius energy, Pisces energy. Sorry guys, I have to censor these for YouTube community guidelines. So with the Wheel of Fortune and crowning this reading, I do feel significant shifts. I do feel that the momentum is gaining now for something to happen. And with it being in the upright, I do feel that there has been impactful lessons of things that you guys kind of showed each other, experienced with one another to grow. I do feel that this person does feel very lucky to have someone like you, and not just because you may be very attractive, good looking. Some of you have an amazing smile. I'm seeing even like one dimple when someone smiles. But anyway, it's the fact that like, I think you have been the one to kind of make them in a long time feel there's some real momentum gaining here. And again, for some of you, especially if that one type of feeling I was feeling about like a crazy ex in someone's life, that set them off of like love and romance for quite some time. And so I think with this Wheel of Fortune, by being with you and kind of showing this person love and romance doesn't have to be chaotic and crazy. Yeah, there are ups and downs, but if we understand each other, if we communicate, we can work out of that and we can evolve out of that together. Then I think that's what this whole connection from the beginning to the end has showed them, even if they were a little bit resistant to fully pull the lever in sending this a whole nother level, or pushing that button to be like, yes, let's do it, to go to the next level. But I think as they feel the pressure from this, the more they're kind of seeing this as being a momentous time, that they could either act on this and it could be something very, I mean, a blessing for them, honestly. I do feel there's a lot you two do fulfill within each other, that maybe even if there's difficulty in speaking on feelings or to be open and emotionally vulnerable, I think you do fulfill each other in other ways. And I do feel like it's exciting being with one another. And I think that that's something that has remained in this person's heart space when thinking about this whole situation with you, Leo. And I gotta say, this is not everyone's message, but there's something freaky that they've only done with you in the bedroom that they have never done with anyone else, and they liked it. And you introduced them to it. They may feel like they couldn't get something like that with someone else the way they got it with you. Now what's reading this is the Five of Swords. So Aquarius energy. And this is where I was sensing that frustration. That's where I was sensing kind of like someone here is being a little bit more blunt, aggressive. I do feel there's reason behind that. It has grown a little bit of resentment, or someone kind of wanting to just be like, if I have to, then I'll just say I'll do best for me and be good off of it. And I think that that is a bit of someone's armor because of the fact that it's been up in the air for so long, because of the fact that it's just still unanswered, that maybe it's kind of best if I just, you know, break this off and just leave this behind than to kind of keep on waiting and keep on lingering, because I don't wait or linger around for no one. And so maybe someone has already kind of started the process of kind of icing someone out in that sense. And they're definitely getting the cold shoulder if you have been starting to ice someone out, Leo. But I feel with this Five of Swords rooting this, it's not what someone wants to happen, but they'll have to do it and will do it if it comes to that. And it's not in the malicious means that sometimes the Five of Swords is correlated with. It feels more so that I have to do what's best for me, even if it hurts and even if I have to come about it a little bit more bluntly than I usually do. I know that's what's right. And I almost feel as if, you know, in September, someone may look at the situation being like, if they're not going to talk about this, if they're not going to say this, that will be my sign that I'm done. Because I need to hear it, or they need to express what's really going on here, because I can't do it with this guessing game anymore. And that's where they're feeling the pressure. And, you know, honestly, I think that they understand your frustration. I don't think it's something that they think is unfair. I think they do get it. But I think, again, for however long someone may have been waiting or lingering for this person to finally be open, or to show some initiative, or to talk about, you know, a potential together, they got a little comfortable with the waiting, or they got a little comfortable with your patience. But your patience is starting to wear thin. Absolutely. So in the recent past, we have the Six of Swords, more Aquarius energy in reverse. So in the recent past, I feel like, again, someone may have just generally stopped talking, texting back, especially if it felt a little, someone may have gotten frustrated with the fact that maybe it was starting to get more kind of like, oh, how's your day going? Good. I mean, is that really what you want to ask me right now? Like, where have you been? Like, what are we doing this weekend? Do you want to see me this weekend? Don't try to, like, you know, cover this avoidance by asking me, you know, what am I up to right now? Unless you want to actually see me face to face. You know, those types of conversations that are meant to kind of carry on the convo, but really are just a little bit fillers for something of lacking of substance. I hope I'm making sense with what I'm trying to say here, but it's almost as if like this person purposely has been avoiding a certain conversation, so they bring up other things or just drop the topic altogether, which isn't sitting well with you. And so maybe because it wasn't sitting well with you, that's when you decided to kind of pull back and stop texting or stop talking out of frustration. You may have left this person on red recently, and they're starting to get the hint now that, okay, maybe Leo is starting to get frustrated with me, is starting to put some more pressure on me to say something. Now, others of you, I feel like a canceled trip or a canceled date maybe has happened, and maybe you did that because of feeling like still there's not a lot of clarity and not a lot of security in that clarity for you to kind of still pursue this in this way that has been going on for too long, that isn't working with you anymore. And the communication recently has just been bad in general, whether that's on your end, their end, or on both ends. It's been a little bit choppy. It's been a little bit distant. And I do feel both of you sense it, and I do feel both of you have an issue with it. And that's why I think something is about to kind of shift here, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, especially with the World card, and especially with the heart-to-heart conversations that may be starting to finally happen in September to get a better understanding between the two of you. All right, Leo. to see the likely outcome of this situation, what is likely to happen and unfold from now to end of this September that you need to be aware of and know about, we're going to go ahead and take this to Patreon for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome. I'm going to pull some more tarot oracle cards, just dive deeper into this. So if you guys really felt this was your reading, I promise there'll be more clarity and answers for you in the extended reading. If you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box of this video where you will find the link to Patreon that will take you to extended reading. But if this is where you depart, Leo, I hope that this has resonated with you. I hope that this has given you the clarity, insight, healing, and guidance that you were looking for by watching this message. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Leo, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Leo.